morning, everyone. I have an important update for you regarding this approaching winter storm, and it will certainly affect your plans for the weekend. We are becoming more certain of the significant impacts from this storm, and travel across a large part of the Midwest and Great Lakes region could become nearly impossible as a widespread area of 6 to 10 inches of snow is anticipated. Communities like Des Moines, Davenport, Chicago, and Grand Rapids will experience the most significant effects from this system, with the potential for localized snow totals of over a foot on the southern side of the storm. A notable contrast between two air masses will also cause widespread strong to severe thunderstorms across much of the south. So in this forecast, we are going to walk through precisely what you need to know about this major winter storm and the impacts it will bring to your local area. And we will begin this forecast by taking a direct look at this storm, as we are expecting a significant snowfall event across the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes, and even into the Northeast. So let's begin with the future radar for the next 48 hours, starting with this evening. That is when the snow will start to increase across areas like Iowa, Minnesota, and also the Dakotas. There will be a bit of a wintry mix over in western Iowa tonight. We might even see little freezing rain as well, which could make the roadways quite slippery. I know many of you are traveling back from the Thanksgiving holiday today. You will certainly want to complete that travel as soon as you can, because by tonight, conditions are expected to deteriorate very quickly. Overnight tonight is when this storm system will expand in size quite rapidly. We will have a low-pressure system organizing over Kansas, and that will help to promote much heavier snowfall during the overnight hours. So while much of the snow this afternoon will remain light by tonight, it is going to really increase in intensity, especially in northern Missouri and across all of Iowa, and also through South Dakota and Illinois. Now, as we head into Saturday morning, that is when this winter storm is going to intensify even further. Please notice the dark blues across eastern Missouri and western Illinois. This is where very heavy snowfall is going to be occurring, with snowfall rates of up to 3 inches per hour being possible. And then all across Iowa, we are going to continue to see moderate to heavy snowfall all morning long. And this is the area where I anticipate the most significant snowfall accumulation from this winter storm. Around lunchtime, this storm will start to produce much heavier snowfall across central and northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. I do believe we will have some drier air intruding on the northern side of this low-pressure system, especially in central and northern Wisconsin, near places like Wausau and back toward Minneapolis. And that essentially means we are not going to see a great deal of accumulating snow from this event in those specific spots. I also want to point out that by around lunchtime, we will have much more moisture and warm air pushing to the north, which means for those of you in St. Louis, the window for accumulating snow will close rather quickly. The snowfall there will only last for perhaps about 6 to 10 hours or so. And after that, we will see mostly just rain, or at most a mixture of rain and snow. So that is not the best news if you are a snow lover in the St. Louis area. Then by the early afternoon, that heavy snowfall will continue from Des Moines all the way back through areas in northwestern Indiana, even as far east as South Bend. And then eventually by the evening hours, the heaviest snowfall will be located near Chicago, even near Milwaukee, and also across southwestern Michigan near Kalamazoo. We will also be watching for an isolated severe weather event across areas in the very deep south and also in the southern plains. This could include some isolated damaging winds, isolated hail, and even the possibility of an isolated tornado or two. That activity would primarily occur during the afternoon hours as well. And another important thing to point out about our winter storm is that the winds will be very strong all across this low-pressure system, which does mean blowing snow is a real possibility. We could have wind gusts of up to 30 to 40 miles per hour at times, which could make travel impacts even worse throughout the day on Saturday. So it is truly not advisable to travel much on Saturday. We could be looking at moderate to major impacts when it comes to traveling. Now, as we go into Saturday night, the snow will continue to move across the Great Lakes and the Midwest. The snowfall will not really begin to subside for those in Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, and Wisconsin until overnight Saturday into early Sunday morning. There is a little bit of good news if you enjoy snow in St. Louis. Yes, you will see a little bit of snow on the backside of this low-pressure system, but again, we are not talking about a significant amount here. It is expected to be very light. No more than 1 inch of additional snowfall would come from that. And then by Sunday morning, the heaviest snowfall is going to make its way across Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, all across upstate New York and also northwestern Pennsylvania. That is where the heaviest of the snow will be located. And as we go into late Sunday and Monday, this winter storm will move out. Then, as we head into Monday and Tuesday, another winter storm is going to take shape. Anywhere from Oklahoma all the way back into New England, we could see more snow ice and a lot of other problems on our hands. We are going to talk more about that next winter storm in just a moment, so please stay tuned. We do not just have one storm coming, we actually have 2 different winter storms arriving over the next 5 days. Now, in terms of total snowfall accumulation, this is going to be one of the more significant winter storms that we have seen in the Midwest over the last couple of years. We are talking about the threat of a widespread 6 to 10 inches of snowfall all across Iowa, central and northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, and also western Michigan. I also want to point out that this is the official forecast from the National Weather Service. These are not numbers that have been made up by any means. We are looking at a legitimate threat here of widespread 6 to 10 inches of snowfall. I do believe that all across central and eastern Iowa, northwestern Illinois, and extreme southern Wisconsin, we will see 8 to 14 inches of snow. I think a few isolated locations could pick up as much as 18 inches of snowfall. Back over in Des Moines, I am forecasting about 12 to 13 inches. If you are over in Milwaukee, around 10 inches of snow. Chicago will be closer to 8 to 10 inches. And then over in Davenport, Iowa, we are talking about closer to a foot of snow as well. And shifting our attention further to the east, Kalamazoo, Michigan will likely see around a foot of snow. For Detroit, I am really thinking probably closer to 5 to 6 inches. And over in Indianapolis, around 3 to 6 inches of snow. But generally speaking, again, this is going to be a major winter storm here across the Midwest over the next couple of days. And because of that, we are planning on a winter storm live stream tomorrow with upwards of a dozen live storm chasers in the field and hundreds of live weather cameras. So please make sure you are subscribed to the channel and click the bell icon so you are notified when we do go live tomorrow. There is also a chance of a live stream tonight for an update if that becomes necessary. We will see if that happens, but at a bare minimum, we are going to be live tomorrow with our winter storm coverage. So please do stay tuned. Also, this view may be a little bit easier to see. This is a zoomed-in look at our snowfall accumulation through Sunday afternoon across the Midwest. Again, most of Michigan is going to pick up upwards of a foot of snow unless you are in far eastern Michigan, and then also across northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin, and pretty much all of Iowa will receive upwards of a foot of snowfall from this winter storm. I also forgot to point out, but if you are in St. Louis, I believe around 3 to 4 inches of snow is going to fall. Again, it is going to be quite slushy since your temperatures will cause a transition to rain later in the day. But at least you will get a little bit of snowfall during the morning hours. Now, after this winter storm is all said and done, we will have another winter storm impacting the United States. So this is what it looks like as we go into Monday morning. It might not look like much at first, but we are going to have a small area of moisture coming over the Rockies. There will be some light snowfall across the Central Plains. We are also going to have moisture coming out of the Gulf on Monday as well. And then right here you can see what is essentially a boundary. This is where we have two different air masses colliding at once. One of them is a warm air mass, which is mainly across the southeast, and then a cold air mass is situated off to the north. And what is going to happen as we go throughout the day on Monday is that this is all going to begin to merge into one storm system, and we are going to see what will become a very rapidly intensifying low-pressure system by Monday night. You will notice by Monday afternoon and evening, the GFS model is showing at least some light to moderate snowfall across the Midwest. This would not likely lead to a great deal of snowfall accumulation. We are talking about an additional 2 to 4 or perhaps 3 to 6 inches of snow across these areas. And then a little bit of freezing rain and sleet across central and northern Arkansas is a possibility. I am saying possibility because we do not know for sure if that is going to happen. It is a little too early to tell exactly what is going to happen on Monday and Tuesday. This is just a general idea of what we can expect during this time frame. Things could change because of this winter storm that is happening tomorrow. That is an important reason why I am pointing that out. As we go into late Monday night and early Tuesday morning, that snow will start to expand in size and the storm system is only going to get larger, with heavy snowfall being a possibility from central Indiana back into central Pennsylvania. Overnight, Monday into Tuesday. We will also watch for freezing rain, which could lead to ice accumulation across the Appalachian Mountains. And then as we go on Tuesday morning, that snow will begin to make its way into the northeast, and this could develop into a nor'easter if it follows the correct path. We might see heavy snowfall blanketing the northeast on Tuesday morning. Then by late Tuesday, the heaviest of the snowfall is expected across New England, primarily in New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, and also New York. From late Tuesday into early Wednesday, this storm system is forecast to move offshore. For the remainder of next week, we will likely have several more opportunities for snow, though they are expected to be smaller in scale compared to these two winter storms we are tracking over the next 5 days. Now I want to explain one of the reasons why I am not entirely certain a major nor'easter or a large winter storm will occur. This is the GFS computer model showing a 24-hour period of snowfall across the northeast with the approaching winter storm on Tuesday. It indicates a widespread 12 to 18 inches of snow from central Pennsylvania, all the way through Maine. However, let us examine the European model. This is another highly accurate forecast tool with a very reliable history. It is not showing that same intensity of snowfall, instead suggesting the possibility of up to a foot in New England. But you will notice the widespread impact is nowhere near the 12 to 18 inches of snow across such a broad area. So in all honesty, I am not fully convinced we will be discussing a major nor'easter next week, but the possibility is certainly on the table. I would estimate there is about a 40% chance as of this moment. Those odds could increase over the next couple of days or they could decrease. I encourage you to subscribe to the channel to stay informed. We will continue to provide daily weather updates regarding this situation in case there are any significant changes to the forecast. Now, if you are hoping for accumulating snowfall, you have a very high chance of receiving it if your area is shaded in red. This map shows the probability of seeing greater than 1 inch of snowfall over the next 7 days. Essentially anywhere in the Midwest, the Northern Plains, and the Northeast, you are very likely to see accumulating snowfall. For our friends in Texas, Alabama, and Georgia, it appears you will need to wait some time before that happens. I have a feeling we will see something eventually, but certainly not in the near future. And on another note, we are having a Black Friday sale at our online shop, shopmaxvelocity.net. It is also the first link in the description below. You can receive $5 off an order of $50 or more with the code Black Friday on any of our merchandise, including our new cheese curd collection, which is named after my cat. We also have our Happy Holidays collection available, in addition to our Supercell merchandise and a variety of other items. We invite you to take a look at shopmaxvelocity.net. This is one of the kindest ways to support the work we do here on this channel. Also, we will likely release another video later today, or if not, we will host a live stream. So please stay tuned, and we will see you all again in the next video or our live broadcast.